Hey, and welcome to our explainer. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're taking one of the most common, everyday words in the English language, putting it right under the microscope, and, well, we're going to uncover this incredible story about global communication that's been hiding there in plain sight. And it all kicks off with one simple question.
I mean, really think about that for a second. How much stuff, how much complexity, how much history, how many different meanings can you cram into just one little word? Especially a word you probably use a dozen times a day without even thinking about it. That's what we're going to find out. And the word we've picked for this deep dive is see. S-E-E. Seems about as basic as you can get, right? You open your eyes and you see things. End of story. But as you're about to find out, there is so much more going on with this tiny three-letter word. Okay, first things first. Let's get the obvious stuff out on the table. This one word doesn't just have one meaning. Nope, it actually plays a couple of completely different roles depending on how you use it. So let's break down the two main hats this word wears. It's kind of wild how different these are. So on the one hand, see is a verb. It's an action word. You see things with your eyes, right? Or you could be seeing someone, which has nothing to do with vision and everything to do with dating. But then it can also be a noun. A see is the official term for a bishop's territory in the church. I mean, from just looking at something to the Pope's office, that is some serious range. So here it is. This is the one we all know and use constantly. She saw clouds. Simple, direct. It's the verb for perceiving something with your eyes. This is the see we all think we know inside and out. But then you get this. Here, seeing has absolutely nothing to do with eyesight. It's all about a relationship. It's an idiom, a kind of linguistic code we all just get. And it really shows you how flexible this word is. It can jump from a physical action to a totally abstract social idea. And this is a fantastic example of the noun form. You've probably heard of the Holy See, or the See of Rome. It's a completely different concept, with roots deep in Latin and church history. It has absolutely zero to do with vision. Same spelling, same sound, but a totally different world. So we've got different meanings? Check. But the complexity doesn't stop there, not by a long shot. Once we start digging into the mechanics of the word, its grammar and how it sounds, we find even more hidden layers. With most verbs in English, you just stick ed on the end for the past tense, right? Like walk becomes walked. Well, not this one. You don't say I seed it. It's an irregular verb. See, saw, seen. This little quirk is basically a fossil in our language, a tiny clue telling us that this word is incredibly old and fundamental to the way we speak. All right, let's add another wrinkle. To get this next part, we need to talk about something called a homophone. It's a simple idea. It's when two or more words sound exactly the same but mean totally different things. Like ate, as in you ate dinner, and eight, the number. And it turns out our word see has two of them. There's SEA, the ocean, and then there's C, the letter of the alphabet. So just think, whenever you hear that sound, C, your brain has to do this lightning-fast calculation based on context to figure out if we're talking about looking at something, a giant body of water, or a letter. That is a lot of heavy lifting for one tiny sound. Okay, so we've looked at meaning, we've looked at grammar, we've looked at sound. But hiding in all the technical data about the word see is one last really mysterious clue. And trust me, this one changes everything. It's going to take us from looking at one little word to looking at the entire world. So, when linguists categorize a word like see, they give it a bunch of official tags. We've talked about most of these, right? It's a verb, check. It's irregular, yep. It's a noun, got it. It has homophones. But then, look at that very last one, BE850. What on earth is that? B850. I mean, that doesn't look like the others. It's not about grammar or sound. It looks more like a code. Well, this little code is the clue that unlocks the whole story we've been building. So what does it mean?
The key is a number, 850. This isn't random at all. It means that our little word see belongs to a very exclusive, very important club. And this is the moment where we zoom out from our microscope and grab a telescope instead.
So that BE and B850, it stands for Basic English. This mysterious tag is telling us that C is one of only 850 words on the official Basic English list. Okay, so what in the world is Basic English? Basic English was this incredible idea from back in the 1930s. It's basically a stripped-down, super simplified version of English that was designed to be incredibly easy for anyone to learn. The entire language is built on a foundation of just 850 carefully selected words.
And the goal was massive. They wanted to create a tool for clear, simple, international communication. A language so straightforward that anyone on the planet could learn it quickly to share ideas, do business, or just, understand each other. And it was all built using the most essential, powerful words exactly like C.
And that right there brings us full circle. We started this whole journey by putting the word see under a microscope, and we ended up finding this entire hidden world inside of it. So let's put it all together.
What all this means is that see isn't just a simple word. It represents a piece of human experience so fundamental, so vital, that it was chosen to be one of just 850 building blocks for connecting the entire globe. In a way, all of its complexity is exactly what makes it such a powerful and essential tool.
And it leaves you with this amazing question, doesn't it? What if that simple toolkit of 850 words really was enough? Could you actually explain science, or art, or philosophy, or even your own deepest feelings using just that core set of words? The story of C suggests that maybe, just maybe, the biggest and most important ideas can be built from the very simplest parts.